Now we have the Python built-in function. At the Python built-in function means the functions which are used to understand the things which are required to manipulate the Python code in simple way rather than the writing the code. So by using the different libraries of the such Python program, we can implement. So here I'm using the first function, that is a ABS. ABS stands for the absolute. So how we can use the ABS? It is a very simple concept. Suppose A is a variable. I'm writing this A just like this one, 34. If I try to use print ABS like this, so what would be the output? What would the output? Our output will be the 34. So what is the purpose of this one? What is the purpose of this one? This provides the absolute value. Okay, so this provides the absolute value. Absolute value. This provides the absolute value. Okay, is it clear to all? This absolute value function?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now let us take the all method, all functions. Okay, what does it do? So before understanding what is the sense of this one, let us take the example. First, I'm taking the variable k equal to in the list. I'm just taking 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6, something like this one. Okay, so 2 is not there. There's no issue. And if I try to print k, so what would be the output? Definitely 1 2 3 4 5 will 1 3 4 5 6 will be printed over here. Okay, but if I'm just want to print all k, now what would be the output? So let us check once again. Now see what is printing over here. It is printing the true. What is the sense of this one? If I'm not doing so, if I'm just uh, doing like this one, is equal to 0. So what would be the output? Can anyone tell me over here? What would be the output of by all? Okay, what would be the output of this one? Especially, what would be the output of this one? Last one.
One.
Why one? See, all method. Let me clear right now. Let me clear to all. This method will return the value of the list of this will return the value from the list from the list in true or false depending on the number of the element what we are passing. See, here we are passing the 1 3 4 5 6. Now here what is happening over here? Here all are the integer values. Okay, and these are treated as a true because it has some value, but here I'm passing the 0. So 0 is represented for the false. Okay, 0 is represented false. So in our list, if any values, I can write over here. If the if in the list if in the list any value is false or 0, so output will be it will return 0. Why 0? Because as a name is saying, all method is required to the all value must be true. Okay, so here we are getting the answer. So here what if we have the 0? So let us check the output. So 0 represent the false. Let me check. So we are getting the false. Instead of doing so, suppose I am just writing like this one. I'm doing say okay, I can write 1 comma 4 like 7. So now what would the output? See, false. Because why? Because because of 0 is a false. 0 is a false value. So here all should be in true or integer. Now is it clear to all right now? The sense of the all method? Is it clear to all? What is sense of the all method? Any doubt, please you can ask me. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, great. Now, next method I just want to discuss with you, that is the bin method. Okay, this bin method, just let me clear to all. This method will return the binary value of an integer value. So I'm just assigning any value like a is equal to 10. Okay, so if I just want to print bin a, so binary value of a, that is 10, to be printed over here. So let me check. Yes, it is printing, that is a 1010. So if you're getting the output like this one, 0b 1010, here b determine the binary. It means the value which is represented by the output, that will be in form of the binary. Okay, so if we are getting the 0 means octal, 0 other things, we are getting the other things. Now binary method we have already seen by the while learning the conversion from decimal to octal, binary, and so on. So okay, any doubt in this method, please you can ask me. Any doubt, please tell me.
No, sir.
Good. So bool method, this method will return the true or false. What value we have? So let us check once again. I'm just taking the first variable, that is a. Now print bool a. So what would be the output? Can anyone tell me what would be the output of this one? Is it true? It will return true or false? Please let it be know right now.
False.
What would be the
I think
false?
false.
Okay,
Sir, I
if you are
think
saying
false.
okay, why false? Can anyone tell me?
Because it
Because
is
nothing is in the list.
Yes, nothing is not defined. So let me check once again this output. Now we are returning the false. Okay, instead of doing so, if I'm just defining over here something that's just like this one, instead of this one I'm defining 2. Okay, I'm just defining 8, suppose that. So what would be the output? It's true, because there is some value which is represented by the list variable, that is a. Okay, because because the variable contains contains at least one value. Okay, so true will be, so output will be true. True will be. Okay, same thing we can apply for any kind of the variable, just like I'm taking the b. I'm initializing my b as a 9.0. If I trying to print like this one, print bool b. Okay, so what would be the output? That would be true, because there's something value which is occupied by the variable. So this is a science you can apply for the anything. Okay, so this is the point you need to keep in mind. So bool is a method which return the some value that could be in form of true and false, and this is the point you need to keep in mind. So now tell me, any doubt so far? Yes, please tell me, any doubt?
Sir, for 0?
For 0, yeah, of course, of course. This is a good question you have asked me. Let us understand 0. If I'm doing so here, just bool see. Bool method, if in the bool method, if you're passing it's a 0 or any variable which is occupied by the 0 value, so it defines the false, or it represents, that is there is some value we are using by the false. So just let me clear. So it return the false. Instead of doing so, this like d equal to, I'm just defining like false. Okay, so false. Okay, if I'm doing right bool d, so definitely answer would be the false, because 0 and false keyword are represented the false. This is a point you need to keep in. Rest of the thing, rest of details are representing the some value. So when we are representing some value, that is means we have a true. It means we have some values. This is a point you need to keep in mind. Now is it clear to you right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so shall I move to the next function? So I'm just moving to the next function, and that is exe method. Okay, tell me any idea about this method. You have any idea? Anyone who knows about this method? What will written by this method? Can anyone tell me? Please tell me. Yes, please tell me. No idea. Now can I tell?
Yes.
Okay, this method will return the execution of the statement. The statement. So what is the statement we have? So just let us understand. Suppose I'm taking x that is initialized by the like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. By this method, in this method, you can write print x equal to x is not, I'm not assigning, I'm just making the condition. Just let us understand this point. Now this one exe print x plus 4. Now can anyone tell me what would be the output of these two statements? What is happening over here? Yes, tell me. Yes, x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm passing over here, and I'm writing the exe print and this one. So what will written by the exe method? It will return the execution of the statement in form of the some execution way. Okay. So now tell me what is happening over here. Can anyone tell me what is happening over here? Yes, please tell me what is happening over here.
We are trying to print x is equal to 8.
See, you are trying to print, so okay. Let us check. Now we are getting the false. Now think and tell me.
Yes, because 1, 2, 3, 4 is not equal to 8. So
See,
it is
yes. If we are want to print in the print method, then let us check this one. Okay. So now see, this is executing this statement, that is a print this one. Okay. This statement is equivalent to print x equal to 8. Okay. So this equivalent to this one. But if I'm just writing here this like this one, print execute this statement, print exe is equal to 8. So what does it mean? Here what I'm doing, here we are uh, checking equivalence of the variable x, that is it equal to, just let me write here next name, is it equal to 8 or not? So after founding over here, we see x is equal to 8. So what is the condition? If condition is false, here okay, here x is not equal to 8, so we get the false. So that's why we are getting the false. Is it clear to you all right now? What is the output we are getting over here? We are getting the false. Okay, and previously we are getting the value of the this one. So now first it will be the x is double equal to 8. So that is to be printed by in print method. Have you ever used any expression without double quote? See, of course we can use, but that is considered as a condition part. So we are getting over here. Now from this point you can see X value is occupied by the 1 2 3 4, and we are adding 4 into X. So X value that would be printed by the 1 2 3 4 plus 8, that should be equal to the 1 2 3 8. Okay, so answer should be 1 2 3 8. Let me execute all this code. Let's check. Now we are getting the same answer. Now see, now this is the execution method. Now is it clear to all right now?
Sir, but what is the use of execution method? I mean, it will also work
Yes. Yes. See, whenever you have any situation where you want to execute the statement, or while checking the condition, it depends on the program's need. So far we have seen the basic and fundamental programming, so where this kind of method is not much applicable. So execution method is having the own sense when we are dealing with the some different thing. So if we're talking about the different kind of the function, so now min method is available. So why we are going through the our logic? So see, everything is depend on the need. We can't say something is not depend on the our requirement. So something is happening with our need, so we can do, depends on the each and everything. So education function, and the exe function is basically is used for the dynamic execution. So far you are assigning as x equal to 4. So at the time, what is it? That is a predefined. A predefined means we have defined, and that is from the static nature. You know that variable can be defined by the dynamic nature or static nature. So when we initialize any variable like int is equal to x is equal to 5 into c plus plus some java. So at the time, what is happening over here, that like x equal to 1 2 3 4 in our program. So here we are defining the variable into the nature of the static. But if you want to define your variable, you want to use such variable to dynamic nature, at the time this method or this function will help you. So the Python exe function, that is exe function, is basically used for the dynamic execution of Python program, which can either be a string or object code. Okay, so it accepts the large block of the code. Unlike the different method, we have the eval function, and that only accept the single expression. So if I'm just saying we can do the multiple, so of course we can do. So let us check over here. In this method, I'm just writing the print like this one. So hello. Okay, just let me write now my name, Virendra, and you can just want to check whether x equal to 9, so it will return some value. Okay, so like this one. So we can use the multiple syntax, of course we can do. And here we can want to evaluate any expression, so we can do, of course. So depend on the requirement, depend on the things we can do. But what we are doing, so just let me check. Okay, so just one, this one. Okay, and just I'm just taking the print text. Suppose that I just want to print over here, and see, yes, it is working. So let me check this part, it will work or not. So just give me 1 second, let me check. Yes, we are getting over error here. It means well, not by separating, but we want to use a multiple. So we can do, just let me check. Global must be direct. So here we have to use a list. So we can define all these variables into the list, and then we can call it. So it will be possible. And let me use without the this part, so like this one, and this one over here, and then this one, and let me execute. Now we are getting the point. Okay, so this is the point. So first it will printing the Birendra, so it is printing the Biren. Condition is true, condition x is equal to true. We are not getting any condition. Okay, we are not doing anything over here, and we are not printing the values over here. So if we want to print, so print as equal to 9, of course what will be printed over here, and value to be x to be printed over here. So this is the, see, There are three different output. So multiple expression by the multiple variable, or we can play the multiple statement dynamic nature we can do. So let me clear to all over here once again. Let me type over here dynamic use of the variable and statements can be done using exe method, and below is the code which helps us to do so. Okay, so this is the beauty of the exe method. Now is it clear to all? And one thing I want to tell you, and this exe method supports the multiple statements or expressions, only expressions. While okay, while part I will tell you, but before that let me know this part. Now we are getting this value. Now is it clear to all about the exe method? This is the education method. Now it is clear to all. Yes, to tell me any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. Next, we have the eval method. Okay. Now we have the eval method. This eval stands for the evaluation. Evaluation. Okay. So this evaluation method to evaluate the expressions or statements. Okay. Let me take a variable y is equal to 653 something. If I'm using eval like this one, if I'm doing y, so what will be print? Let us check. If I'm doing right eval, I'm just doing print this y is equal to 10. So what will be printed over here? False or true? Instead of doing so thing, just let me write 653. So and we have done, and let's check this code. And if you want to evaluate an expression like this one, print the answer of the y multiply 2. So let us check this. This would be okay. This would be include like this one. We have forgotten, sorry for this one, and just let me use this one properly. So we are getting the our output. So now this is the beauty of the eval. So now question comes in our mind. So what is the difference between the eval versus exe? Here we have the two different methods. Now what is the difference between these two methods? Now let me clear to all. Eval uses only a single expression or statement, while exe method uses multiple expressions and statements. So this is the thing we can done by the this parts. Okay, if I try to eval something like this one, I just want to do print to my name like this one, print to my name like this one, and I want to do another other point like print y plus 89, just something like that one. So if we try to do so, so what is the answer we are getting? So let us check once again. We are getting none. Because why we are getting none? Because multiple expression of an evaluation cannot be done. So we are getting the answer none. Okay. So no, we are not getting the answer, but it's showing that is this evaluation is done. Eval method is not returning anything, but it is printing the value which is done by the over here. Now see. So we are printing the method due to the print of method only. but it will returning the none shows that it does not return anything. Okay, so let me write the answer over here. uh, uh, Here what is happening over here, eval method prints the Virendra and addition due to um, due to the passing uh, parameters uh, print due to the addition of the addition uh, print addition of the passing parameter, but will not return anything, so we get none. Okay, so this is the point. Now is it clear to all right now? Please tell me any doubt so far. You can ask me. Is it clear to all? Okay, so if you want to use this eval method into different pattern like this one, so you can use a equal to 90, and in the print method we can also use eval method. So expressions we want to do, and x not x a plus 1, and let us check the output. What would be the output? So just let me check the output. We're getting the 91. Okay, so this kind of the expression can be possible. This kind of the expression can be possible, and in the eval method you're trying to print something like a plus 19 okay, inside the single code. Let us check. We are getting the multiple. So multiple, it will not be handled by the this evasion. So we are getting the error over here. See this one. So just let me copy this point. Let me do this over here. Now this one should be one, and let me, yes. So why error? Error will come due to multiple statements. This is the point I want to tell you, and now I have explained. Now tell me any doubt over here. Please, you can ask me. 91 is printing over here because one is added over here. There is no issue. Yes, tell me any doubt here.
No, sir.
Okay. Now we have a very interesting part which help you to understand the Python in more easy. So there are thousand crores of the libraries, and there's endless library we can say. So how many library you will see in the limited period? So it will not be possible. So but as per my need, I'm explaining so many things over here, and we have the important method, that is a filter. Okay, so what is this filter method? What does this filter method? This filter method, as a name suggests, filter method, what does it will do? Filter method filters the data. And how we can say how to understand this concept? Filter method will filter the data. So let us understand this concept by defining a method. So here I'm just defining a method. The name of this method is just like a BSK filter. I'm just giving the my name first for understanding purpose. So defining a method that is BSK filter. Here I'm passing a value that is a, because I will pass while calling this method. So if x is greater than 5, okay, so it will return return x. Okay, so it will return x, and in the result we are getting some value. We are getting some value, and we are calling the filter method. In this filter method we are passing the some values. Those are the filter data. Okay, so here I'm just passing the some value, that is a filter. I'm calling BSK filter, and I'm passing some values like 1, 2, 6, and here I'm passing some value in the multiple values I'm passing, but this is occupied by the A in form of the list or tuple. So just let me check the output, and after doing so, let me check first this one, the code is running or not. So take one position argument but 3 is given. So here the filter data, so we are passing the values that is given as the filter data we have over here, and we need to pass comma. Actually we are passing this more value. Okay, and here we are getting the object data. So filter is the object, so it's returning something over here, so there is no issue. And here in the result we are getting the output. So let me correct this part and let me take this one. So object, now we are getting the filter when x is greater than this one, so of course we are getting this value. Okay, so now we have some part. So filter functions is doing so. Filter method or filter function is used to get the filter elements. Okay, so this function will take two different arguments. First one will be the function name and second one will be the iterable. So what is the iterable we are using? We are passing the some value that is from the 1 to 6 over here, and the filter function return the sequence of those element of the iterable we have passed in the form of the object. So which can function will return the true value or true function. A function argument can be none if the function not available to return. So let us check once again here what is happening over here into this code. So here we are passing the some value. Okay, so here a, so we are passing x is smaller than, so let me check the value and let me check what is the answer. Okay, so all values here we have the some value which are 1 2 3, so the answer should be like this one. So let me, we are getting 1 2 3. So result we have the x, we are passing something, it should be written x. So see here we have the filter VSK filter function, and we are using under this function we are passing something and it is returning something, and then we have the where we have the mistakes. Okay, just let me remove this. And here result. So in the result which occupied by the something in form of the, okay, in the VSK filter we have this values like this one. We are getting 1 2 3. One is pass and x is not x, sorry, this a should be, okay, this is my mistakes I have done over here, not x. Yes, 6 is the bigger than. Okay, instead of this one, if I'm just see, okay, these two values are smaller. Okay, so this is the method. Let me clear to all once again. BSK filter is the name of the method I am defining a. So 1 2 3, this is the iterable. So yes, let me write here for testing purpose. 1 comma 2 comma 6 is an iterable, is an iterable. Okay, like tuple. Okay, like tuple. Okay, so here I am passing a tuple over here. So BSK filter I am calling, BSK filter name of the function, and this filter function, filter method will take two parameters. One is name of the function, and iterable. Okay, and iterable. So after passing over here, the all the information which is stored by the variable list, multiple values can be stored. So the result is a variable. Result can store multiple values and can be represented by a list. Okay, we are not using the list. So if I'm choosing the, suppose I'm choosing the tuple, so let me check once again it will work or not. instead of the list, and just let me type over here tuple. So if I am just running this part, yeah, of course it will return, because this result will not contain any tuple, but is contained by list only. Okay, so this will not be applicable. So list is a better example. Instead of doing over here, just let me check over here. Is this possible like only the table that is tuple only? If I'm doing so over here, just let me run. So no problem. You can use the list or tuple. So like tuple or list. Okay, so that is simple meaning. I'm just passing this one once again. Just let me tell this one and this one. Run once again. So here we need to check the how many elements are bigger than or smaller than uh, 5. So we have the 1 and 2. So definitely we can do. And just let me write one more. 1 7 8 9 4 3 9. And now let me check. So we are getting the all the value. See, it will come in sequence 1 2. 6 is already greater than the 5, so 5. And 1 will come, 6 7 8 will not come, 4 will come, 3 2 4 will come, and the last will not 9 will not come. Okay, so this is the idea about the filter out the data. Yes, tell me, is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so everything I'm just sharing each and everything over here, and by showing the practical, so you will understand what is happening over here. I'm writing each and everything over here like the notes. So in the coming days or futures, if you want to read my notes, then you can read out, and then you will understand what is happening over there. So it will help you. So I will share all these notes to you, to all those people here without any problem by Google Classroom. Okay, so some other function we have, like I'm remembering a few functions like sum. Okay, the sum method we can add the sum, just like a is equal to just like v equal to 9 and c equal to, suppose this one. And by using the sum method, sum function, we can do the simple method. So a plus, okay, no, a comma b comma c. If I'm doing so, so what would be the output? Let us check once again. We are getting the 2 argument is possible. It means only 2 argument is possible, 3 argument will not possible. So let us check. So int object is not iterable. So some method, okay, some method. So some method is required the 2 arguments. So just let me check. Like the absolute function, okay, it is working finely without any problem. So in the sum function, we need to pass only iterable, and we need to pass the start. So iterable can be the list and tuple and dictionary, of course. So the syntax of would be this one. So just let me write the something which is necessary. See, so here some function we need to pass the iterable, and we need to pass the some starting value. So instead of doing so, I can explain by 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma like this one, and just I'm taking random value. See, and if I'm passing any table value and starting value is 4 something, so what would be the output? Let's check. So 40. So 0 1 2 3 4. So 3 3 3. This would be the 15. Okay, so 116. So it will be the
40.
okay. So yes, tell me. Sum below a. So I'm passing over here. I'm passing the its start. So its start means we are getting some value, and that is to be start to require. Start is the added the sum of the number to travel. So if I'm just going to start, so okay, start means we have the one value, that is 5 and 2. So 1 2 3. So sum will print of 5 and 2 in 15. Okay, yes, I get this point too. From this point, we are getting something that should be started by the 14. So yes, just let me clear first once again. Some function, some method requires 2 parameter. parameters. Okay, so one would be the retrieval and other one is the start. So see, if I'm just going to start by the 40 4. Okay, so what is happening over here? So let me clear to all. Just see total value of the A. See, starting from the value 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 to this value, 4 to this value, 4 to this value. What would be the output? 5 plus 13, so that would be the 20. 20 plus 26. Okay, that would be 26. And okay, and we are starting something, so that would be counted over here. So it will be added 4. So 26 4, that should be 30. Okay, that should be 30, but it is printing over here. Just let me execute once again and just see. It is giving the 34. And if I'm just writing the sequence of the code into the 0 1 2 3 4, so 4 will be counted under this one. So it is just returning 20 plus 26. So plus 4 will be added over here, so that would be also counted 26. But how it is not giving over here? So
Sir, it adds all the elements of A and then adds plus 4 to it.
yes, definitely
Yes,
it's
sir. By
showing over.
adding all the elements of it, 36 is coming.
36 is coming. I think so. I was thinking about that part. What is happening over here? We want to it is adding all the element. The answer is just 36. Okay, and what this function is will doing? It is adding the 36 plus 4. So we are getting the 40. So this is the idea. This is the point, because what is the start value we want to do? So let me add one more variable just to 58. So we are getting the 48. Yes, of course, this is the working like this one. So all the elements, addition of all the elements will be 36, and plus 4 will be added. That is start. So by default, it's better idea. By default, just let me note. By default, uh, start value must be 0 to avoid any confusion. So it is better idea. So if I'm just doing like this one, print sum 0, so definitely it will print the 36. It should be 36. Okay, so let us check once again. Yes, we are getting this value. So now this. So same, we have the thousands of the functions. So how we can solve all these functions with the 2D seeded, it will not be possible. Okay, so by the time we have the so many exercise, so many problems we will cover, we will see, and we are looking, and we have also covered the so many things into smooth way. So here we have more function, but time and days are very less, so we will not cover all those function and things what we are looking for in the short way. Okay, so this is the point you need to keep in mind while solving the understanding of the Python built-in function. So today what we have seen the limited Python built-in function. There are thousand more and more functions. So within the short day, within the 1 day 2 day, it will not be possible to cover all the built-in functions. Okay, as I am speaking over here, there's something other function I'm referring compile function, I'm referring any function. Okay, so the any function is written the true if any item of the table is true, otherwise it return the false. So just let me print this concept. So I'm using right now any method. So now see what I'm just typing over here. See, L is equal to 4320. So what will be print? Now see here 0 we have 0 define the false. So what will be print? Any method returns the true if all the elements are true, else it returns the false. It returns the false, just like the all method, if you remember the concept. Okay, return the true. So here we have an example. Any one is false, then it will not return the. See, and if I'm just okay, let me execute this code first. So true, all are true. Okay, all values are in iterable is true, or iterable should be true. So we are not passing that part. So we have passed the iterable. So all the elements or any method is true if iterable is true, and because we are using iterable. So not just, let me clear. If iterable, not I'm only iterable is true. So iterable is true, else it is in the false. So L is in travel, L is a list element. Okay, so here L is a list. Okay, so in this list all the elements are into the form of the positive way, so we are getting no problem. But if any value which belong to the false, so we will get an error. So let us check this concept here. Just let me take an example, and I'm just taking this example. So see what here we are using the false, and let me check. We are getting the true if any method return the true if any if a table is just true if any value. Okay, let me clear. Any value in the interval is true, else it return. So any is having the sense, but instead of all, just let me clear this example by the print all. Okay, all. So print L if I'm passing like this one. So what will print? It will print the false. Why? Because all values must be true. Here any one of the values is true, so we are getting the true. This is the point. In this same example here we are getting the true because 0 false 0 we have, but at least one value we have informed the true, so it will return the true. Okay, so just let me run. Now we are getting the false. This part here all method will return the false because we are having the same value. But if I'm taking the same example like x and 1 comma 2 comma 3 4 like this one, so if I'm playing with the print of this one any, so x, so it will return the true. And if I'm using all like this one, so both will print the true because all the elements under this are the true. So let us check. We are getting the true at the last. Okay, so is it clear to all? The any method is just we can say saying to us, I'm just return the true if any value in the table is true, else it will return the false. Okay, so here we have the any value 4 3 2, we have the positive, or we can see the true. Here we have the true 5 is true. Okay, we are getting this value. So tell me any doubt so far? We have seen the few methods which are necessary.